Yes, we are at the Blue Planet here in Copenhagen, and I did the sound design together with Corning Design and Jesper Kongshav, who did the lighting design, and we started on the project in, I think, around 2009, where the architect called us up and asked us to help them to win the project, and from that on we kicked off. And we were asked for that on a Saturday morning, and on Monday morning we have won. We came up with the idea that how to involve sound, that we don't want to use tour guides, because we want this to be a family joint thing where you don't get closed in by a pair of earphones, but we want you to interact with your own family and set the mood in every places, and we want the bird keepers and all the people around from the Blue Planet group to be able to tell the story with reinforcement systems. And so the general idea was to create 2 separate tracks for sound, one that can fulfill the dreams for the Blue Planet with a PA system for every single spot around the whole building, and a mood system. Atmospheric sounds.
And what have you used to create those 2 separate tracks? What is the? Let's talk first about the ambient sound. That's really interesting to me. There's a lot of 600 different background tracks. Is that right?
Well, yeah, you can say that you have 600 tracks which are divided into 11 places, but there are 600 tracks that runs above each other. And me and my very good assistant Emil has used more than a year in the studio to actually produce these tracks. And we had the system, which is a quite complicated system for Maya Sound called Dimitri. We had that in the studio and been able to pre-program the whole thing, so when it came in here and being installed, we could press play. And then we could actually mix the things, because it weren't really that well mixed when we got the whole thing set up.
The process was to create these individual tracks.
Yeah, exactly.
And once you had the system installed here, you were basically mixing them to create the right levels.
Yeah, and to move sound around. So when you're in a glass tunnel where you're underneath 1.6 billion of liters of water, you actually can feel that you have a wave that runs through you, instead of just being in a dumb glass tunnel in the middle of Copenhagen. We would like people to get in a certain mood, so we don't want them to feel that they're listening to music, but of course we use strings and we use pads and all that to actually set the tone for the whole thing. So now it's getting scary, the big sharks are here, and now it's more lightning, you have the little birds jumping around, but so every area has its own environmental sound. And one of the things that actually took a long time to discuss with the Blue Planet was that the Amazon part don't have a sound at all. It only have one thunder crack every 25 minutes, because there's a waterfall making the sound in there, and that's realistic. And if you want to put sound above that, it'll be cheese on cheese or something like that. It'll be too much. So instead we just used a big thunder crack, which is extremely loud, and people get shocked every time.
So it's an impact. It's going to shake you out of your comfort zone a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.